Rev your engines, gearheads. Your roadmap to the latest in auto. Welcome to Highway Herald. Today's saga reads like a turbocharged thriller. Elon Musk's detour from Tesla showrooms into the Trump administration is barreling toward its finish line. Since January, Musk has been commandeering the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, wielding chainsaw-style cuts through federal red tape. But as his 130-day stint nears its checkered flag, a V8 roar of backlash, from tanking Tesla orders to global protests, has built on the track. Strap in as we shift through the key milestones, the collateral damage, and what lies ahead for Musk and his DOGE machine. Number 5. DOGE's chainsaw overhauls and their aftermath. When Musk roared into Washington as a special government employee, he brought pit crew precision and corporate horsepower to the engine of the federal bureaucracy. Tasked with stripping out what he and the White House labeled deadweight, DOGE accelerated through red tape, claiming $140 billion in efficiency gains within months. But those headline savings came at a steep cost. Over 56,000 federal positions axed and another 75,000 employees taking buyouts. Even stalwart agencies like USAID and the CFPB felt the skid marks, narrowly escaping full shutdowns after last-minute interventions. Observers compared the move to a burnout that left smoke on the tarmac of democracy. This high-octane overhaul ignited a political spin-out. A Marquette Law School survey found only 41% of Americans gave DOGE the green light, while Musk's approval languished at just 38%. His top-down corporate-style maneuvers clashed with Washington's checks and balances. Decisions felt abrupt, communications sputtered, and morale collapsed. Yet Musk kept the throttle pinned. In one blistering week, he greenlit pink slips for 10,000 Health and Human Services staffers and targeted Voice of America alongside federal pandemic prevention labs. Critics warned these cuts weren't mere belt-tightening. They were ripping out critical safety nets that protect millions. As the fallout from DOGE's radical cuts sets the stage, the global response quickly shifts our focus to a wider political arena. Number 4, worldwide hashtag StopMusk uproar and political crosswinds. As DOGE bulldozed ahead, a countercharge roared in its wake. The hashtag #StopMusk exploded online and on the streets, from San Francisco's Embarcadero to Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, Cape Town's waterfront to Seoul's tech hubs. Demonstrators sounded the alarm that democracy was being outsourced to a tech titan with little oversight. Musk's CEO-style governance, complete with swift layoffs and minimal dialogue, drew comparisons to authoritarian pit crews rather than public servants. The dismantling of rural education grants and environmental research labs especially hit marginalized communities like a flat tire at high speed. Meanwhile, Musk's stewardship of X, formerly Twitter, became a flashpoint. He rolled back content moderation, reinstated banned accounts, and introduced a pay-to-play visibility algorithm, fueling fears of unfair track conditions for dissenting voices. European regulators have since revived probes into potential digital safety violations. Advertisers are flooring it out of X, and civil rights groups are raising red flags. Tensions peaked when arsonists torched a Tesla showroom in Rome. 17 EVs engulfed in flames. Musk decried it as terrorism, but his remarks only poured fuel on the fire, deepening global animosity toward his dual roles. With international protests fueling the debate, our attention now turns to how these global controversies have impacted Tesla's market performance. Before we delve deeper, we'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support fuels our passion to create more content like this. Now, let's explore number 3, Tesla's market stall, sales tumble amid political storms. While Musk's political lap time slowed, Tesla's sales skid across key markets. In France, March 2025 deliveries plunged 36.8% year-over-year. Sweden saw an even sharper 63.9% drop. Once the undisputed EV leader in Europe, Tesla is now drafting behind Chinese upstart BYD and homegrown German contenders. Up north in Canada, the feds froze a $43 million rebate over alleged paperwork lapses and barred Tesla from future incentives. The result? A Q1 sales dip of 15 to 20%, with cancellations flooding dealerships from British Columbia to Quebec. Even in EV-obsessed Norway, Tesla's March decline was a modest 1%, but quarterly deliveries slid 12.5%, costing it the top podium spot to Volkswagen and Hyundai. Safety jitters resurfaced after a fatal Model S autopilot crash in Oslo, further denting consumer confidence. Germany, Europe's EV proving ground, was even harsher. February 2025 registrations cratered 76% as the overall market surged 11%. Musk's offhand endorsement of the far-right AfD during a Berlin visit, later scrubbed from social media, only poured more oil on the fire. The verdict? Tesla's reputation and sales are riding a steep downhill curve as political crosswinds buffet the brand. While global markets struggle, a similar storm brews closer to home on American soil. Number 2. Domestic disarray, Tesla's internal turmoil and U.S. sales slide. Back on home turf, Tesla's Q1 2025 delivery forecast came in at a mere 377,592 units, marking the slowest quarterly pace in over 2 years. Despite fresh horsepower from the revamped Model 3, with updated battery cells and quicker 0 to 60 sprints, and the long-awaited Cybertruck, deliveries slumped. Unrest is brewing at the Texas Gigafactory, where assembly line crews have initiated high-octane union drives. Workers cite unsafe conditions and mandatory overtime, clashing with management over alleged retaliation. OSHA has opened inquiries into working condition complaints nationwide. Musk's hardline anti-union stance has poured fuel on the fire. Meanwhile, the consumer track isn't exactly smooth. Musk's political poll positions, public praise for Trump, and incendiary social media posts on race and gender have sidelined core buyers. California, once Tesla's crown jewel market, is shifting lanes away from the brand. Analysts now forecast an 8 to 10% yearly drop in U.S. deliveries for first half of 2025. Ford's Mustang Mach-E, boasting a 300-plus mile range and performance-tuned chassis. Lucid's Air, with its ultra-luxury cabin and industry-leading 500-mile range, and Rivian's R1T, featuring rugged off-road capability, are all drafting Tesla's slipstream, offering competitive specs, fewer controversies, and a smoother ride for eco-minded drivers. With domestic challenges piling up, the final chapter explores Musk's impending departure from the political spotlight. Number 1. The unavoidable exit, genuine resignation or tactical pullback. Is Musk really waving the checkered flag on his DOGE duties, or simply cruising into the pits for a tactical breather? Sources confirm his 130-day legal cap at the Department of Government Efficiency lapses on May 30th, 2025. Despite Trump hailing him as a patriot and first buddy, the countdown is undeniable. Musk maintains he hasn't officially resigned, yet he and the White House have signaled an imminent exit once the work is done. This feels less like a final farewell and more like a strategic pit stop in a high-stakes race. Behind closed doors, tension simmers. Cabinet members and advisors have grown wary of Musk's unpredictable maneuvers, welded by scant communication and abrupt edicts that left teams scrambling. Reports suggest his sidetrack involvement in a Wisconsin Supreme Court race exacerbated fractures within the administration. As the White House shifts focus toward midterms and Musk redirects his attention to Tesla and SpaceX, this transition resembles a tactical handoff rather than a full-throttle departure. Though DOGE's engine will hum through 2026 under Musk-appointed lieutenants, a new driver is taking the wheel, and the course of federal efficiency is set to dramatically shift. Now, as we reach the final lap, we reflect on the high-stakes farewell and the legacy that remains. Final lap, a high-stakes farewell, and an unfinished legacy. Musk's pullback from Trump's inner circle isn't merely a chapter close, it's a high-octane warning about the collision of tech titans and public power. His 130-day tenure at DOGE may be ending, but the skid marks of his chainsaw cuts will echo across federal agencies, global markets, and headlines for months to come. As he shifts focus back to Tesla and SpaceX, Musk faces a chicane of reputational damage and wavering consumer trust, while DOGE's policies, driven by his appointees, will continue reshaping the bureaucratic landscape without his direct command. Will the chaos finally cool down in the pits, or reignite into a full-blown spin-out? Can Tesla claw its way back from internal unrest and a U.S. sales slump? How deeply will DOGE's legacy of cuts reverberate through federal agencies over the long haul? And which EV contender is poised to seize the pole position in this ever-tightening race? Don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald to get notified about the next vehicle updates and upcoming videos. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We want to hear your insider takes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lap. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's more exciting and informative content waiting for you.